Hey, Joey.
Hey Yogi, let's get started.
All right. Question number 1. Where did you and Stefanie meet?
Well, we met in person in Chicago on September 11th, 2011, but we were able to connect first a couple weeks earlier. I was actually here at Jody and Fred's place in Minneapolis, and Jody mentioned, I have a cute cousin. She's coming in town this weekend. It was going to be Labor Day weekend, and I happened to be out of town in Texas. But I sent Stefanie a Facebook message. We connected, and I took her out for a date in Chicago a couple weeks later, and the rest is history.
So build on that. Where was your first date?
Our first date was at a restaurant in Chicago that they call like the Viagra Triangle, but I don't remember the name of the restaurant. Do you know it?
I sure do. All right. Where was your first kiss?
Our first kiss was at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin on our second date.
Woo! Okay. Last but not least, who first said I love you and when?
I first said I love you to Stefanie in March of 2012 at Stefanie's folks' place in Aspen. We were actually in her parents' bed. We woke up that morning, so it was early in the morning. I was actually really nervous telling her that. I just remember wanting to say it but being nervous. I told her I love her. She was ecstatic, started to cry. Had told me that she's been wanting to tell me first, but she had to restrain herself. And then I remember we were on the chairlift. We were all skiing that day in Aspen. I remember she told Jody how excited that she was that I told her I loved her, and now we're in love. So it's fun.
That's hilarious. I remember that. All right, so that's the background. Now we're gonna move into how well do you two know each other? So to begin, name one activity that Stefanie does with you only because she loves you.
An activity that Stefanie does with me only because she loves me. Well, she watches a lot of football, or let me rephrase that, football's on a lot in the background, so I would say that's definitely I suppose an activity, but a more specific activity that she only does because she likes me. Is that
loves you?
Loves me. It's good. I'll go with watching football.
Football, that's good. Definitely wasn't in her life before you. Okay, next. What quality or characteristic do you possess that Stefanie finds entirely annoying?
I would say that I can be impatient. If we go on a dinner date on a weeknight, or we go to an event, I'm ready to leave maybe before she's ready to leave, and we usually do end up leaving, and it's caused some friction. But I would say impatience and wanting to be done early.
And on the flip side, what quality or characteristic does Stefanie possess that you find entirely annoying?
There's a couple. I think Stefanie likes to have a lot of conversations in the morning in front of the mirror, which it's just not talking time at 7 a.m. That would be one, and I think number 2, obviously, and I'm starting to appreciate it more and more, but Stefanie likes to plan out weeks in advance or weekends in advance and have a very detailed itinerary, and I'm kind of more go with the flow.
That makes sense. Moving to more material things, which outfit of Stefanie's is your absolute favorite?
Favorite outfit of Stefanie's? Well, I have to say that she looks very sexy at Tyler Gottlieb's wedding this past weekend, so I'll go with that black dress.
Damn. And if you could throw out one item of her clothing, what would it be?
Well, she actually has this one shirt that there's nothing really wrong with that shirt. It's just not a very appealing or attractive shirt. It's a longer sleeve shirt. I think she knows which one it is. She wears it a lot. And actually, funny story, I'll be brief here, but the morning of the day that we got engaged, so December 21st, 2012, she was getting ready in the morning, and I had all these plans. I had worked with her folks and her sister and everybody else, and I knew there was going to be photo opportunities and so forth, and the outfit that she was going to be dressing in would be the outfit she'd wear the whole night. and she puts on this shirt that I've always like given her shit about. So I happened to be lucky. I told her, I was like, it's Friday, like we're gonna go out and have a fun weekend. Like, don't wear that shirt today. And I had her change, and she changed into what turned out to be like an Aspeny sweater. So it was funny and it worked out.
So what's the shirt?
I don't really know how to describe it, but I can send you a photo of it.
Okay. Well, if she were to throw out one piece of your clothing, what would it be? One
piece of my clothing, what would it be? She hates that I wear sweatshirts. She like always tells me that my wardrobe's like a 21-year-old, so I would probably go with sweatshirts. Or maybe my IFA black zip up that I always wear. I'd go with one of those two.
Okay. What is the best meal that Stefanie has ever cooked for you?
Well, she cooks a lot. She's a great cook. The best meal ever. She cooked a really good meal for my birthday last year. It was steak and a strawberry salad. She cooks excellent quinoa with chicken. Great breaded chicken. She's a good cook.
What is the worst meal Stefanie has ever cooked for you?
The worst meal she's ever cooked. I don't think I've ever like hated her food. She makes one type of quinoa that I don't like, but she knows it. I don't think I've ever hated her food. At least not that I can think of.
You love her.
I love her.
All right. If you were ordering drinks at the bar for both of you and you can't get Stefanie's attention, what would you order for both of you?
This is the same drink it has to be, or?
No, separate.
Okay, I would get I know what I get myself, but I'd get myself just like a vodka tonic probably, or a scotch. I'd get her...
You can only choose one.
Oh, so for me, I'll say a vodka... Oh, man. I mix it up. I'll say a scotch for me, and for her, I'll say a... She just started drinking these dirty martinis with olives, but I don't know if that's like a fad or that's like her drink now. It's usually a vodka soda. I'll go dirty martini with 3 green olives.
So to recap...
Dirty martini for her, scotch for me on the rocks.
All right. What famous person do you think Stefanie resembles?
Stefanie resembles, like physically, or like who she looks like?
Yeah.
I'll go with Erin Andrews, the sports broadcaster.
Ooh, that's a good one. And what famous person do you think Stefanie thinks you resemble?
Stefanie thinks I resemble... She's never told me that she thinks I resemble somebody famous, but I'll say either like some guy that got runner-up on one of those, like either The Bachelor or one of those singing shows, or a young Tom Hanks. I'll go with those two.
Is that who you think you resemble?
Yeah, I don't know. We've never had that conversation. I think she may have told me that she thinks I look like somebody who finished second on... I just don't know the name of the show. I don't even know if he's famous.
All right, we'll take it. Okay, now we're moving into the sex talk.
Wow, very intimidating with my niece here, just so you guys know. And with Becca and Lindsay and Dana, but PG.
It's not PG. What is your favorite of Stefanie's body parts?
Favorite of Stefanie's body parts? I'm going to have to say her mushy tushy.
Where was the first time you and Stefanie had sex?
The first time we had sex was in the Westin Hotel in Chicago.
Where is the craziest place you have had sex?
The craziest place we've had sex is probably in the bathroom in a hotel at Sarah Citron's wedding, in the middle of the wedding. Sorry, Stefanie.
What is Stefanie's favorite position?
Stefanie's favorite position is, I would say, on her back with her legs over my shoulder. Again, sorry Lindsay, sorry Dana, and sorry Jody. And Becca.
And what is Uncle Joel's favorite position?
I think we're in agreement on sex positions. I enjoy having sex at least. I think she does too.
All right. Who is Stefanie's one exception? So who can she have sex with and it is a freebie?
Who is Stephanie's exception? Well, there's no exceptions, but who would her exception be? I don't even really know. It's not something we've ever really gotten into. Who does she like?
Does she have a big crush?
She might, but I don't think I know about it.
So there's no exception.
There's no exception. Let's just go with that.
And does Joel have an exception?
I don't think I really have an exception either. I don't think we never had that conversation, so I don't think it's who do I think is like the most attractive woman in the world
that you could freely have sex with.
I could freely have sex with. I don't even know. Let's pass on that one. Can we do a pass?
Pass.
Pass.
Okay, now we're into the happily ever after section.
Awesome.
Do you have an endearing name for Steph?
Do I have an endearing name for Steph? Endearing, like a nickname? I would just say mine. I think we call each other mine a lot, like in the movie Finding Nemo and those mine.
What would you say is your absolute favorite thing about Stefanie?
My favorite thing about Stefanie is that she's like very tough. Like she can be a weenie, but she's like really intelligent and like tough and like will stand up for herself, which I love that quality about her.
And what is Stefanie's favorite thing about you?
I think she actually might say the same. I think that she thinks that I kind of have her back no matter what, and that I can be tough, and we kind of hold each other, we keep each other honest. Okay.
What would Stefanie say is the sweetest thing you have ever done for her?
The sweetest thing I've ever done for her. Wow. The single sweetest thing. I think she probably I think she liked the whole process of how we got engaged because I involved her family. I do a lot of sweet things, so it's hard just to point out one single sweet thing. I'm going to go with the whole engagement process, including her folks and everything.
And what is the quickest way to get back on Stefanie's good side?
Just to give her a kiss and say I'm sorry. But kissies solve mostly everything. A kiss or two and problems are solved.
Cute. What features do you hope your children will inherit from Stefanie?
I hope they're really intelligent, and disciplined. I think it's very commendable and amazing how disciplined Stefanie is at work and how exceptional she is at work. So I would say intelligent, disciplined, organized. Let's go with those three.
When did you first realize that Stefanie was the person you wanted to spend the rest of your life with?
I think we saw each other every couple of weeks or every 3 or 4 weeks early on from I think like September to December of 2011. But I think when I went out there for 4 or 5 days in Aspen. When we decided that we were going to start to date, I think it was kind of around then that I was like, this girl's the full package. Like I like her. She's got a nice family. I think that's probably when I started to fall in love with her. So around Christmas time, 2011.
And last but not least, do you have anything that you want to say to Stefanie on her last weekend as a single woman and all the girls at the bachelorette party?
Stefanie, don't fuck it up. I'm just kidding. That's like a running inside joke between us. I hope you girls are having a blast. Be safe. I don't know what night this is going to be, but I'm comfortable. It makes me comfortable that Lindsay is there and that Becca is not partying. So we've got 2 very responsible adults. And to all Stefanie's friends, I wish you guys all well, and I look forward to celebrating with all you guys in March. You never asked me about her breath as her worst quality. Terrible breath.
Oh,
terrible breath. Thanks, Jody.
You're welcome. Wait, I thought I did ask you what her worst quality was.
I don't think so.
Okay. Stefanie of bad breath.